So England are off to the World Cup today. They're flying out to Qatar for the World Cup, which starts on Sunday. The first game is on Monday, and they've released this picture, which I think we can see now, potentially.
Oh,
what
fabulous!
A dramatic pause for basically it's an. Let's be very clear. It's an M&S shot, isn't it?
It's very casual. I see what you're doing there. Sort of country casuals. They're in their bomber jackets. You've got Gareth Southgate wielding a cane in the middle, which I don't know what that's symbolic for. Aidan Magee joins us in the studio.
And let's keep the photo there while we talk to Aidan.
Yeah, I mean, Harry Kane should be carrying the cane, in my view. But the M&S suits, it was Burton back in 1966, top man in 2002. I think they've had M&S for a little while now.
That is the angle on the World Cup I've never heard. And did you pull that straight out of your...
My back catalogue? Back catalogue of Norwich. I was at university in Norwich, so that's in the blame. But no, my back catalogue of Norwich. I remember, the 2002 grand reveal was dominated by Sven-Göran Eriksson because he'd been carrying on with Ulrika Johnson. So the suits actually didn't get a mention.
Oh, right.
I did actually get... I do remember it being top man that year, yeah.
Yeah, but what do you make of that photo, which we can see again in
it's a bit Grange Hill, isn't it? It's a little bit Grange Hill, but it's... I quite like it. I mean, the fact that James Maddison's kind of, on the left-hand side, I don't know if this was kind of done on purpose for artistic reasons, but he's got almost looks like the late cover, doesn't he, from the left-hand side, if we see him on the top left there, just slightly detached. But it does indicate that the fact that he's standing up is positive because he was injured on Saturday against West Ham, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So the fact that he's standing up means he's probably fit.
Yeah. Is it lads? Can we call it lads? Lads.
I guess so, yeah. I guess so. I mean, look, it's thrown together, but that's been choreographed, no question about it.
Look, there's so much pressure on those lads, as you like to call them. They're all smiles now. Is that a winning team? Are they going to have a good time?
What I've always said, Isabel, is that teams that win major tournaments, they don't tend to do it out of the blue. There tends to be a trajectory leading up to it in tournaments. You look at Germany in 2014, their journey started in 2006. That's when they started reaching semis and finals and began knocking on the door. England are through that process now. 2018, semi-final, probably should have beaten Croatia based on the first half performance, didn't quite get over the line. It was a young squad. They went again. They did so in 2021, 3 years later. Obviously, the Euro 2020 was delayed. And goodness me, they were, 80 minutes away? Well, I say 80 minutes, they were 1-0 up after a few minutes. They tactically got it wrong after that. But again, knocking on the door. And this is different. This is almost a lottery of a World Cup in some ways because the conditions are slightly different. The training facilities, yes, the stadiums will be temperate and they'll be air-conditioned, but what's it going to be like to train? Because, you can't control the heat everywhere you go.
No.
We're having a World Cup in an area the size of Yorkshire. There's the whole politics leading up to it. It's in the middle of a season. Are the players going to be super fresh because they've just literally finished playing their league season? Or are they going to be knackered because they played so many games? There are so many imponderables to consider. Is it a winning team? The ability is certainly there. There's no question about that. But as with England, the ability's been there before. We think back to the golden generation in the middle of the 2000s. They proved themselves no more than the quarter-final team. And so the best team doesn't always win the World Cup either. So maybe England could go there as not the best team and still win. This is my prediction, right? I think everyone's been slagging off this World Cup big time. If England go and win it, which I think they might do, then we'll all say it's the best World Up ever, won't we?
Yeah.
Oh, right, so you're not making a prediction about England winning it, though?
I think England could win it, yeah, easily.
No,
easily.
Will they win it?
Yeah, I think they will.
You really
I
think England will win the World Cup?
We could win the most unpopular World Cup ever, and we'll be talking about buying barbecues for the next 50 years. Yeah, down at Tesco's, hoping for a repeat. We'll think of the great old.
And we should mention how will Wales do, because Wales is
a big story.
Wales is a fantastic story. First World Cup since '58. This is a big moment.
64 years, yeah, exactly. So look, it's different for Gareth Bale because Gareth Bale is their main player. He's their talisman. He means so much. Just him being there lifts the whole squad. But they must learn from history as well. Look at England. How many times have we bought players who weren't quite fit? Gareth Bale's played 28 minutes since the last round of Nations League games back in September. His injury is so important, his fitness is so important that it's actually quite hard to ascertain what his actual injury is. No one's even bothered to find out. We think it might be a mix between knee, calf and thigh. It's very difficult to find out what the actual ailment is. It's about whether he's going to be there or not. We remember David Beckham going to the 2002 World Cup. We all put our hands on the front of a copy of The Sun trying to get positive energy into his metatarsal to fix him.
I remember that. The Prime Minister even said for his metatarsal. I know.
Embarrassingly, I had my hand on his metatarsal as well. 2010, we rushed Rooney back, didn't we, back in the springtime. It didn't really work. He didn't really look fit enough for the World Cup. And it's a really intense schedule as well. You're asking these players to come off the back of serious injuries and then play 3 games in what, 10 days, I think it is. That's. I mean, Gareth Bale has said he'll be fit to play every minute of the first 3 matches if necessary. They kick off, of course, against USA on Monday, the same time England play against Iran.
Yeah, and I do think Wales will beat England.
Do you?
That's my prediction, yeah.
Is it?
I just think Wales will be so up for it, and they're so together that I just think that
the thorns between 2 roses might be the USA. They've showed a lot of improvement in the last year. They've got some good calibre players. They're not quite the team they were in maybe 10 years ago, but they'll be up. They've been completely written off, and I think they might have something to say.
So your prediction, England's going to win the World Cup.
I think England,
your prediction, Wales is going to beat England.
I've just got this feeling Wales are going to beat England, yeah.
There you
They
go.
called up 2 players from League Two. I mean, they're not in fantastic shape. They've done well to get there.
Yeah, be interesting.
Well, it's all to play for. Aidan
Yes,
Magee,
plenty more to discuss as well.
Same time tomorrow. Look forward to it.